Hey, this is Elder Sign of Cycle Realms. Right there's DJ Arthmauer and Unkempt Andy. We're here live at the Mayhem Fest.
Hanging out backstage, doing the do.
By ourselves.
We're going to walk out, we're going to talk to the fans, we're going to talk to the bands, we're going to put this out all on the air, and we're going to see how it goes. Rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen. Let's check out Mayhem Fest.
This is Jeannie from All That Remains, and you're listening to Cycle Realms on WMNF 88.5 FM Tampa.
All That Remains. When you think of that band, what do you think of? I think of some kick-ass rock and roll and some metal. But the question is, we're going to go someone else and get their opinion. What do you think?
I think we're pretty awesome.
Oh, is that a self-plug or something like that?
No, not at all. I don't know how to answer that.
Oh, okay. It's hot, ain't it?
It's so hot, my brain, I feel like it's melting.
When you go on tour, my question is, do you ever have a problem finding clean bathrooms?
For the most part, yeah. This tour is definitely, there's a lot of porta potties, and I make sure I wake up before like doors open so I can go into like the venue and find the actual like running water.
Do you have to worry about carrying your own supply of like toilet paper and stuff like that?
No, that's actually usually there.
Dude, usually I think
soap and toilet paper.
that's usually
It's there.
Well, you got to figure that one out. You
Yeah,
look out that
that's
one.
why I try to take care of it early.
The audience, when you're out on tour, how do you feel about the audience? I mean, I know they're really good towards you, but some venues you go to, and there's usually not people there in some places you go to, and you just want to reach out and just hold some people and just choke them. When you're on tour, well, I know, but when you're on tour and things just don't go the way you want them to go to, you understand what I'm saying? What holds you together?
I just kind of concentrate on the fact that it's only one day, and the next day will be a totally different thing. And the people that come to our shows are there to see us. So
Right.
I don't take anything negative from that.
Right. Tampa metal. When you were growing up, what did you hear about Tampa? Oh, I see the ooh. Tell me about Tampa metal.
Well, of course, Cannibal Corpse comes to mind. I know I'm not originally from Tampa, but
So where are you from?
the whole death metal scene is definitely, I guess this is kind of the hub of it.
Right. So where are you from?
Massachusetts.
So how is it the metal scene up there?
It's pretty good. I mean, a lot of bands that come from our area. Being here today, Killswitch is here.
Right.
From our same area. Shadows Fall, Unearth, got Legia, Casey Strain.
What about radio play?
Radio play. We've been doing really well with that, actually.
Really, you have been doing good up there? Because some places, like some of the bands I talk out of Europe, they only have like, what, 3 radio stations, and they barely get anything when they're playing.
I mean, every major city has like a rock station.
Right.
None of them necessarily play metal. They'll have their metal show like late at night, but there's always a rock station.
Why is that? Why do they only play metal late at night? You know, I'm asking you this because we're on at 1 in the morning. I want to have an input on this.
Same thing with like Headbangers Ball. It's only late at night. I think general public doesn't really appreciate or understand metal or loud, heavy, aggressive music. Some people just don't really want to hear it. I don't know, my mom doesn't necessarily want to come to shows. She supports everything I do, but she's like, it's too loud.
So she hides in the back. Is she the type that wears like the earplugs?
Well, she came and saw us like a few times. She's like, all right, I know what you do. I totally understand, and I back it. But I don't necessarily need to be there every time. I'm like, all right, that's fine. She's like, I love you.
So we love you too out there. So we're going to go and continue. So we'll talk to you. Peace.
This is Alex from Whitechapel, and you're listening to Psycho Realms on WMNF Tampa.
When you talk about herpes suplex, we won't talk about herpes suplex. We're going to Whitechapel. What's up, dude?
What's up? Not too much, man.
So how's the tour treating you?
It's been amazing. It's by far the best tour we've ever done in the history of the band, so we're extremely stoked on it.
So we're talking about Tampa metal today. So tell me your story about Tampa metal, the bands growing up. You know, you had to grow up somewhere and listen to metal. So how did Tampa metal treat you?
Well, I mean, obviously, growing up listening to, like death metal, when I did get into it, I mean, I started out listening to bands like Suffocation, Dying Fetus. Not that those are Tampa metal bands or whatever. But then, naturally, gradually, Cannibal Corpse came in and stuff like that. So, all of those bands, including, obviously, Cannibal Corpse, have been a huge influence on Whitechapel as a band, just bringing in that heavy, brutal sound, to our, like, more modern sound, I guess you could call it.
So how about the fans?
The fans are great. Ever since we started touring like 3 years ago, we've played, small shows down here. We've played big shows here. We've played all kinds of shows in and around Tampa, and every time we come here, they've been amazing.
So when you're out on the bus and you're traveling around and everything fucks up and goes to hell, what stops you from just stopping and choking the shit out of somebody? Kind of a trick question, ain't it?
Yeah. I don't know, just...
You don't say you're a pacifist. You'll just say, it's all right, I won't hurt nobody.
No, I don't know. Like, I definitely can get pretty angry, but I don't know. Just the fact that you're all there and you're all going through the same shit is just kind of like, whatever. I might as well just chill out and take it as it is, because there's 7 to 8 dudes, going through the same shit that I am. So if I throw a fit, then they're gonna throw a fit, then he's gonna throw a fit, then she's gonna throw a fit, and it's just gonna be a big ass mess. So.
Do you have problems with profanity on your lyrics?
Yeah.
I'm saying this because when I drop a song, usually I'll have to hit that delay button when I'm not really watching what I'm playing.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, what's the percentage? About 50%?
I'd say maybe 35, something like that.
I don't know. When I drop it down, I usually find out the hard way.
Yeah, it's very true. It's very true. I don't know. Yeah, like, it's not too bad. We try to keep it somewhat clean, because I know that there's a lot of people out there that just think that it's kind of stupid to ruin music with profanity, but at the same time, I think it kind of drives it home to add that extra F-bomb in there or something. So we try to keep it clean and try to keep it, messy at the same time.
Okay, FCC, don't pick on these guys. They're cool. Don't if they drop the F-bomb, you're all right. So anything to say before we take off and check out some of what's going on?
We got a busy year coming up. After this, we are doing a direct support tour to Trivium. That'll definitely be coming down to Florida, because I know that's their stomping grounds, or at least some of the members. And, so definitely keep a lookout for those dates. We're going to be recording in January, and we have a new album coming out in 2010, so be sure to keep an eye out for that.
Okay, you wanted the best, you got the best. It's Whitechapel.
Hey, this is Matt from Trivium. You're listening to Psycho Realms on WMNF Tampa.
Okay, here we go. Trivium. What's going on, dude?
Not much, man.
So how's the tour going?
It's been the best tour we've ever been on.
Really, really. So how's the audience and the crowd been doing?
The best audience we've ever been on.
Dude, that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing. Tell me about how the audience is doing.
Well, with every Trivium show we have, when it's our crowd, it's always, as good as the rest. No matter where we are in the world, it's pretty much the same. It's the same excitement, it's the same everything intensity. A lot of bands on metal tours was like, I want to see this, I want to see kids league on stretchers. We don't want to see that shit. We don't want anyone getting hurt. It's all about people having a good time with us. It's all about people smiling. That's kind of a weird thing to hear from a metal band, but we'd rather have people having a good time. That's what we're here for. We're here to have a good time with our fans. So, however that means for the crowd to have the crowd to do it, we want them to have their good time their own way. So, it's pretty fucking intense though.
So how about your training? When you were growing up and everything, listening to radio and everything, or listening to bands, what was your influence from Tampa, would you say?
Well, the thing is, I didn't get into metal until about 12. Before 12, I was into whatever was on radio. I was into pop punk and stuff. Because right. A lot of pop punk, but I didn't even know what metal was. I got the Black Album when I was about 12. Got into metal, joined the band at 12, joined Trivium at 12, and I've been in the band ever since. When I started getting extreme stuff, I got into it later. Obviously, the 90s was the death metal thing in Tampa, but I was 7 years old. So
yeah. But it still lasts, though.
Yeah. So I got into it later than the fact, but definitely if you look at bands like Cannibal Corpse is a huge influence on us. A lot of the Tampa bands are huge influence on us. And so that's why every time we tour with these guys, we're good buddies with them nowadays. So it's really cool that they can see how we borrow from their influence, and maybe they could see a younger band who's been fueled by some of what they do. Because we definitely got that low tuning thing in there, and the death metal screams is more from bands along the lines of death metal bands, but also makes it a little bit like of Testament and Pantera and stuff like that. Because I'm not as low as the traditional death metal bands are or should be. So it's definitely a really cool cycle the way it goes.
Another question that I have is sometimes when you're down in the dumps and nothing's going right, when everything's going crappy and everything, what keeps you going? Just going, keep on touring, because I know shit happens.
For me, those days would have to be the days when we get to meet our fans, or we get to see them have, if we don't get to meet them in a meet and greet, it's seeing them have a good time at the shows. But there was one show where we had so many technical difficulties, we still pulled through, we still kept, we never let the crowd see us sweat in that way. So we had this day where our bass player wasn't there, our guitar tech wasn't there, all the guitars broke, all the microphones broke, the drums broke, everything fucked up, I fucked up. So that was really bumming, but then I was able to meet the crowd afterwards, and they're like, dudes, we've seen bands fuck up and dudes storm off stage and throw their microphones down and say, fuck it. But you guys, I air guitar that day because I didn't know what the hell to do. I sang without a microphone. So it's that kind of stuff. So they said it's really cool to see that we're just normal dudes, because that's what we are. That's what we always emphasize.
Well, that's what you got to do. You got to be yourself.
We're just normal people who just happen to be in a band.
So what do you see in your future coming up?
Just keep going, man. This tour, I can't believe how big it's been for us. It would be good, but the crowds have been ridiculous for us. I think that's thanks a lot to the Slipknot tour we just did. So these meet and greets, about half the people that are coming up there are like, man, the first time I saw you was with Slipknot. And the other half are people who've seen us. God, I've seen some people who've seen us 20 times now. So it's really cool to see that balance, to see newcomers coming out and these old people coming out. So it's definitely going great. There's this kind of energy going on between us and the crowd that we haven't had anything like this in the U.S. before. We've had it overseas. In the UK, it was the first country to really pick us up. We got a gold record over there and sold out tours over there. But it's starting to turn that way to the States now. The States is starting to get this kind of electric energy going on.
So how does your family feel about you touring?
Great. My dad's been managing the band since I was 12.
Right.
My mom did our first Japanese tour with us to help translate. So they've been supporting the band since I was 12. So 11
So there's
years.
Nothing wrong with it. The whole family's going along, and
yeah, they're all here today. And
there's nothing wrong with that. Actually, it's a family event. So Trivium, we're going to go and jam. You're at Mayhem Fest.
Yep.
There we go. Peace. Dudes, we are here once again at Metal Fest Mayhem, and we got Duders right here from God Forbid. What's up, Duder?
Yo, what's up? I'm standing out in the freaking rain. How you feeling?
Pretty good. I'm not actually getting wet. I can't hear a damn thing, though.
Oh, I'm gonna get wet when I leave. I'm riding a little mini bike outside, so I'm gonna be soaking wet in the rain, playing in the mud.
Dude, my Volkswagen broke down. I got to call AAA as soon as I get out of here.
Oh, dude, that sucks, man.
It sucks. It's going to cost.
Take an hour, though. So.
Yeah, it's going to work. So tell me about Tampa Metal. What's your experience of growing up and here in Tampa?
It's freaking amazing, man. We have a good time every time we come to Tampa. You know, we started out, we played at Ybor City, and then, you know, the Brass Mug.
Oh, the Brass Mug's a bunch of good Duders down there.
Yeah, dude. So, I mean, we have a lot of fun, man. Tampa shows us mad love. We come out, have a good time. What else can you ask for, you know?
Do you ever get upset when you're on the road and everything's going wrong? How do you kind of hold yourself from going out there and killing people?
I start to break shit. That's what I do. I'll break shit when I'm not feeling good. Like right now, the air conditioner on my bus doesn't work, so I'm very pissed off.
So what do you got to do about that?
I'm going to break some shit till they fix it.
The fans, how the fans doing out there?
The fans are amazing, man. They came out, you know, full force, had a good time with us today. You know, they're enjoying themselves as much as humanly possible in this kind of heat, you know, having fun, being participants in the show, and just, you know, living the metal, man.
Dude, live in the middle. Nothing wrong with that. So what do you got coming up next?
We're going to take a month off because we've been going back and forth from here to Europe. So we're going to take a month off and then regroup, you know, recharge the batteries, and then possibly do some kind of headlining or co-headline run after the month is up.
What have you been playing with in Europe and stuff like that?
We've been playing with Down, Devil Driver, Opeth, Def Leppard, everybody, man.
It's upsetting. It's hard doing something like that, ain't it?
No, not really. I mean, it's a lot of fun. I think it's just a little weird that, you know, like metal is so huge over there, and it's like over here trying to make a comeback. It's coming back, man, but it's just not as strong as it is right now in Europe.
Well, the one thing I've noticed about the European crowds when a band's out there, how do they usually stand and watch you? Do they just stand like...
Nah, it depends on the crowd. I mean, the black metal fanatics...
You know what I'm saying? Some of them, they'll just stare at you so hard and they won't clap, but they'll...
I mean, they start out that way, but until we hit the stage, and then, you know, when we get up there, they can't but help but feel it, you know what I mean? It's too much groove in our shit for you not to feel it. If you're going to stand there stiff-faced while the shit is still grooving you out, then you're a fucking moron. So, you know, they tend to turn around and get their bodies in motion and have fun with us. So I really can't complain.
So don't be a fucking moron when you're watching God Forbid. And so, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we're going to check them out!
Yeah, man.
So talk to me about Tampa Metal. When you were growing up, tell me about the bands that you heard Tampa Metal.
Ooh, big into the death metal scene.
Dude, that's what I want to hear. Tell me.
Being Cannibal Corpse. Huge bands like Cannibal Corpse. Cannibal Corpse is a huge influence. A lot of the Tampa bands are huge influence on us.
Well, when I think of Tampa, I think of Cannibal Corpse.
Tell me about Tampa Metal.
Well, of course, Cannibal Corpse comes to mind.
Cannibal Corpse, Cannibal Corpse, Cannibal Corpse, Cannibal Corpse, Cannibal Corpse.